Hello Internet and welcome to the Gabe and Abel Happy Hour, the very first full-length episode. My name is Ace, aka, what am I? Abel. And joining me here today we have history's favourite president, Gabraham Lincoln.
In the streets!
In the streets indeed, my good friend. Okay, so the Gabe and Abel show.
Well, in the streets indeed, my good friend.
The Gabe and Abel show. Okay, so basically, if you know us from Nintendo Sushi, check the tea. Then
I've got my Shakespeare mug instead.
Then you'll know that for the past 100 episodes, basically what we've done is spout shit for 100 episodes, mainly about Nintendo. But then our friends, fans, everything, were saying that they were enjoying the
tangents.
Irrelevant bullshit.
We go off on tangents, then we end up getting more passionate about the tangents than we do about actually what we're supposed to be talking about.
So basically what we're doing is every other week, okay, on every odd episode of the podcast, this is 101, what we are doing is we're doing a Gabe and Abel Happy Hour. It's guaranteed to never be exactly an hour.
No.
Sometimes less, probably more.
If this episode's exactly an hour, that'd be weird.
Pretty weird. So
the deal is?
The deal is, I bring a topic, Gabe brings a topic, and one of you brings a topic.
That's 3 topics.
Just 3 topics.
That's practically a picnic.
Exactly.
That's good. That.
So
chocolate humour.
So you've thrown me now. So basically, what we're going to do is the audio version is going to come out on Mondays. Okay. Then the video version is going to be uploaded to YouTube in segments. Monday, Wednesday, Friday for these. And then on Saturday, the full-length video is going to be released to YouTube. Yeah. Okay, there are a couple of ways to get things a little bit earlier. Do you want to tell them, Gabe?
Okay, so we have the Cooper Club. Okay? That is where you can pay $1 a month to get the audio version of these podcasts, all our podcasts, early. Or you can pay $5 a month. Now, $5 a month will get you an audio version of the podcast early, the video version of the podcast early, and an extra podcast that we're going to record only for the people that are $5 and up. Then if you pay 20 big ones, 20 smackaroons, that reminded me of The Wizard. Yeah. 20 smackaroons, $20. That means that you can get the audio early, the video early, the extra podcast that we do for the $5 and up, and you can also have a 20-minute Skype conversation with Ace and I every month. If you want to go crazy and you want to do the $35 one, means that
because these are crazy nights.
These are crazy nights, yeah, and crazy horses. If you do the $35, the $35 one means that you get a piece of Nintendo Sushi merchandise every month, which might be a t-shirt like that, might be a hat, could be one of our mugs, which I ain't got with me, could be a lot of things. We've got a lot of cool merchandise. If you want any ideas, go on the store.
NintendoSushi.com/shop.
Yeah, that's it. So you get the merchandise, you'd also get all of the other things. So the Skype conversation, the early video, the extra podcast, and the early audio.
So you do that by NintendoSushi.com/CooperClub. KOOPACLUB.
That's where it's at.
That's where it's at. Right, so now that all that rubbish is over.
So we talked about how this works, haven't we? A topic each.
Yeah.
Who's going to start?
Well, your name's first in the title.
Okay.
My name's not in the title in the slightest.
No. I'll begin.
Okay.
This one's a bit blue.
A bit blue?
A bit blue. Do you want to start with something a bit blue?
It's your topic.
Okay. My topic is one-night stands. Discuss. I want to talk about...
Ting. Oh, yeah.
Disgusting. I want to talk about what your opinion is of them. Is it something that you've done regularly in the past? And how it fares up against relationship. So let's go. So what's your opinion? One night stands. And also any stories.
Don't you talk about it first because it's your topic.
Okay. Well, the reason why this has kind of come up is because I've spoke to a lot of my friends, and it's something that I've not really done. I've had one night stand.
Well, or else it'd be like 2 night, 1 night stands.
Exactly. So I've had one.
If you're going to do a 1 night stand, just do a 1 night stand.
Exactly. And I've done that. And I've always been a relationship guy. I'm a big believer
in a relationship.
I like the little kind of things that come with a relationship, you know, kind of that closeness that you get with someone. That like means a lot more to me than just banging out. So that's like an important thing for me. But I know that you've had a lot of one night stands.
Well, calm down.
You have that, haven't you? Yeah. But I wanted to know your opinion. Like, what do you think of one night stands? Think it's a good thing?
It's difficult to compare the different things. They're completely different things, aren't they? I mean, like.
But you can't have one without the other, unless you're a real bastard.
You can't have one without the other. I don't understand that.
You can't have one. What I'm saying is that you can't have a relationship and one night stands. You know what I mean? It's like it's a choice. So where do you fall on this radar?
Now?
Yeah, right now.
On relationship.
Okay, when you were 20.
Oh,
you were in a relationship.
I was in a relationship then, so relationship, but yeah, they're just different things. They are completely different things. Okay, so like there's nothing more exciting than the chase.
That's true.
Okay,
that's very true.
It's a very exciting time. Like there's nothing better than just looking at a girl and just going, oh my god, she's whoa, and then
having that kind of reciprocated in some ways and kind of that kind of flirtation. And
yeah, because flirting is very fun. It's a very human thing. It's not a bad thing. It's not a negative thing. It is what it is. And I feel like humans need that. I feel like a one night stand is very different from a female's point of view than it is from a male's point of view.
That's very true.
For a number of different reasons we can get into.
Yeah, anthropological reasons.
Yeah, okay, if we're going anthropologically, okay, males are meant to spread the seed. As disgusting as that sounds,
we need to get as many children as possible.
Procreate is the only reason to be alive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the aim of life. Obviously, things have taken different paths in nature, but if we're going for nature, basically we only exist to breed. And basically...
So as a man, you can sleep with numerous amount of women.
Well, the more women that you sleep with, the more you're kind of putting yourself out there. And
for a woman, it's different.
Yeah, and people are attracted to certain women for certain reasons. That's why the whole like hip to waist sort of ratio, the long hair, well kept hair, good nails. Like these things are not just things that women do. It's stuff that's ingrained from us from a long time ago.
I find breasts a weird one though.
You find breasts a weird one?
Yeah, no, because I always like small breasts. I've never been a fan of big ones. But that's like a thing that.
I like small breasts as well, but
but biologically speaking, we should be into the bigger boobs.
But there's obviously always deviations from biological programming, or else everyone would be the same.
Yeah.
So we're there to basically jizz in as many guts as possible. So there's a reason why we need to, and women with long hair, like nice hair. That's why a woman with long hair, when she gets her hair cut short, they never get hit on nowhere near as much.
Doesn't necessarily mean that it doesn't suit them. It's just a nature thing.
Yeah, it's nature. Sorry, skunk and Nancy. Those things are indicators that they're more likely to raise a child that's going to be healthy. They're going to birth a child that's healthy, and from a female's point of view,
it's a massive gamble.
Yeah, well,
it's a massive gamble.
They're having to grow a baby.
So it means
that things that work out with the man, traditionally speaking, they have to bring this child up by themselves and often die because they're not the providers. If another man came along in ancient times and wanted sex with that woman or wanted to be with that woman, it was within his right to kill that child.
The baby, yeah. And I think that the whole thing of like, once you're having a child with that person, you've decided on that person. Like at least for the next 9 months, you're not really gonna be getting a child from anyone else.
And the whole when a woman's sort of resisting sex, and they're a bit funny. Like a man, you're just like, right, I'm good to go.
Yeah.
But with a woman, you do get that. Ooh.
Yeah.
That every single time.
Last minute.
And
last minute resistance.
Yeah. Well, that's more of like a player sort of thing.
Yeah, it's a player term.
But like resistance, don't really.
It's not a very nice connotation, but that's essentially what it is. Is that last minute like fear of like, because I can't remember I can't remember where I heard it, but they said it's kind of like betting all your money on black. You know what I mean?
I think that's a mystery thing.
I think that might be a mystery thing. But he said that kind of like, this is why like for a woman when it comes to something like sex or something, it's a massive thing because it's the same kind of fear you'd get with gambling.
Well, evolutionary speaking, condoms were
a thing.
Not part of our evolution.
Yeah,
it's a very recent thing, and women have all this sort of like pre-existing programming in the brain that sort of dictates whether.
Which again doesn't necessarily mean that hasn't been broken in some ways, and that
no, there's always
a lot of
rules.
Yeah, exactly.
These are just general sort of
anthropological
instincts.
Yeah,
everything like that, and yeah, but a man has to just sort of get out there and sort of.
So one night stands.
So one night stands. That's what I'm saying.
It's a funny one.
So that's why it's different for men and women. Is that women have this fear, this instant fear. They might not know that fear exists. They might not like fully express that fear, and they might not even express it to their own psyche.
Yeah.
But deep down in that sort of 200,000 year ago sort of brain that we still have. Just because we've got houses and lights and cameras and iPads,
we have got a lot of lights.
Mean we have got a lot of lights. Doesn't mean that. It looks like Thomas Edison's workshop in here.
It does.
It doesn't mean that stuff's not ingrained, which it is, and that's why men are often seen as these people who are just about sex and everything like that. So there's been times in my life when I was younger, and it's still not a problem for me. What's the word? Like it's still obviously a temptation to just to do that, but I'm sort of older. Wiser.
See, that's the way we're different.
Any
really.
lovely ladies out there?
Well, when I was younger, I was always in relationships, and then I kind of hit an age. I was broke up with my girlfriend of like 3 years, and then was all of a sudden like, holy crap! I'm 22. I'm single. I can go out there and do that. You know, I can have that lifestyle. I had one. It was a disaster, and I thought, I'd rather just find.
Why was it a disaster?
Oh, it was bad.
Have you told me about this story before?
I've not told you this specific bit. I've not told you about the bit where I farted. Because basically, so I was kind of, was talking to this girl for a while, kind of on and off, and then I was like, right, I don't really want anything with this girl. I'm just going to try sleeping with her. Pretty much.
Oh, okay.
So then that happened. She went back to her place, watched Some Like It Hot. Okay. Which was something that we discussed in the subscriber podcast.
NintendoSushi.com/Cooper.
Yeah. Watched that film, and then we started banging out. But when she took my shirt off...
You fired?
Because I was trying to tense my abs so that my abs looked good in the light.
God.
And I tensed so hard that I fired.
Did she know?
Oh, yeah.
Was it a loud one?
Yeah. And nothing was said. It was just like a...
So when something like that happens, it's different when you're in a relationship to when you're in...
Oh yeah, I'd just laugh in a relationship.
I'd probably laugh at that in a one-night stand actually, but there's this sort of like unspoken rule to not speak about anything that's sort of going on because it's like it's still a little bit awkward.
Which is again why this is the thing is that kind of we had sex. I went the next morning and I was like, you know what? That was not good. Like, there was nothing wrong with it. But in terms of, like, that connect... I don't know. Like, I've been used to...
Your abs look
my abs did look good. Yeah, my abs look good. Fucking stank, but my abs look good.
Was it a bad one?
No, it wasn't, to be fair. Mine are loud, but they don't smell. Generally. If they're not loud, they fucking stink. Like earlier. But yeah, so we were... so that happened. The next morning I left and I was like, you know what? I just didn't feel... I was used to kind of sleeping with girls that I'd had a massive connection with. And then all of a sudden when I didn't have a connection with someone, I tried sleeping with them. I was like, it isn't fun. Like, I'm going through the motions of, like, I know this is what I should do, and this
should
will
do
work.
this, should break wings.
Yeah. Should tense my abs. So I knew to do all these things.
Did you pull that sort of, like...
I think I did pull, like, a, oh, crap.
Oh, once you'd done it.
Yeah. But yeah, so, like, it just didn't feel right. I went through the motions of sex and left, and I was like...
I went through the motions of sex and left.
Yeah.
That sounds quite poetic.
And I was like...
In a disgusting way.
But then I never want that experience ever again. With anyone. Like, I don't care, because it wasn't even the girl. The girl was a really nice girl. But I never want that experience again, because it was like... You know what? It didn't have that feeling, that connection, which is so weird, because... It's probably, and like I said, anthropologically speaking, that's probably more of a female perspective on sex. In that I feel that now, whenever I sleep with someone, like, there is that gamble of, like, do I feel connected enough to this person to sleep with them? And that's like a real thing for me that I didn't know I had, because I was just used to being in relationships. So I thought, well, when I'm single, I'll go crazy, and I didn't. So that was kind of my opinion of it. But I was wondering if you had any good one-night stand stories.
Oh, I thought you meant like tips on...
No, good tips on how to become a chauvinistic pig. No, I'm alright.
No, that stuff's obviously behind me now. Like, I'm older.
Yeah.
A lot older. I'm old. Wiser and more, like, in tune to a lot of people's feelings and stuff like that.
That's
like,
the thing as well.
I think I've changed a lot and grown a lot as a person over the past, even 2 years, even 6 months.
Yeah.
And where was we going?
When you was younger, yeah.
Yeah, I got a few.
Well, go on.
What was a one night stand at the time? But then, does it count if it was a one night stand? But then there was a couple after that, but it was not. I didn't know the person before.
Yeah,
that
that's fine. Yeah,
because at the time it was.
Well, basically saying sex stories.
Okay.
So
here we go.
All right.
So, should we go for the easiest one I ever had? Okay. Right, so I was at a club.
The easiest one you ever had. Okay, you was at a club.
No, one not being a woman, one being
one night stand.
Okay,
right.
Yeah. You know this person.
Ah, good.
Now, because of what happened afterwards.
Okay.
So, I was at a club, and I'd seen my friend that I'd not seen for a while. I went to music college with him. And I was just chatting to him for a while. I was like, fucking hell, it's nice to see you. I haven't seen you like forever. Yeah. How's it going? Everything. We was chatting back and forth. And then his sister came up. and I was like, holy shit, your sister got hot. And he was like, I knew you'd like her. And I was like, alright then. So she came up to me and she was like, oh, Dad, how's it going? And I know that, like, so she being like 18, 19, I think. So she comes up to me and said, oh, Dad, how's it going? And I was like, Dad. Oh yeah. And I remembered because a few years earlier when I went to go see my friend at a gig, and his mum was there, and I'd never met his family before or anything like that, and I was like really flirty with his mum. She was really attractive, and we was dancing together and everything like that. And
he just banged you hair on that family?
No, I've not slept with anyone in that family.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. Okay, that's good.
So and his sister was there,
right? And
she was making jokes that I was her dad because I was sort of being flirty with him, which is fair enough. So she came up and I was chatting to her for a bit and I was just like, fucking hell, you've grown up. You've grown up good.
You grew up good.
And I was in my early 20s at the time. I sound creepy now, but I won't. And so we was all talking in this sort of circle in the smoking section outside, as you do.
It's the best place, isn't it?
It is the best place. It's the best place. Tip: if you want to meet women, do it in the smoking area.
Yeah. It's not
that
music.
Dance floor shit.
Yeah.
Dance floor shit. Yeah, you can dance sexily for a woman for a minute, then you're gone. It's the outside. You make connections.
That's really where you make them connections, is through talking. Really, I mean, you can dance and like flirt around, but it's the kind and the smoking section is perfect where everyone's kind of in that area, it's quieter than the rest of the place.
Mm.
You're all kind of forced to be in a reasonably close proximity.
Mm.
So you're kind of like at a point where you might as well start conversation. And also, people are smoking, like, I don't smoke, but in terms of, like, you know, when people have got, like, lighters or whatever, and everyone's kind of quite conversational in the smoking area, because you all kind of just get to know each other.
So we was talking for a bit, and then this girl comes she was drunk. She wasn't, like, absolutely wasted, but she was drunk. And I wasn't drinking at the time, because, why wasn't I drinking at the time? Oh, yeah. It's because I was sort of, like, training and stuff.
Yeah.
Doing my bodybuilding and everything. And, yeah, so I just wasn't drinking. I was just in the club. So this girl comes up to me, and she put her arms around me, and she was like, oh, God. She was like, I just want to go home. She was, like, a little bit sort of, like, thing. And I was like, to be honest, I've got my car. So where do you live?
Yeah.
So she was like, oh, I live here, which was very close to my flat at the time.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll take you home. That's cool. I'll take you home. Thinking not literally at this point, I'd not thought anything. I'd never met this girl before. She was friends with everyone in that friendship circle that I'd been away from all this time. So so she comes and I was just like, yeah, I'll give you a lift home, because I wanted to go home anyway. To be honest, I think I was working then. I was definitely working the next day. I was teaching guitar the next day.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, cool. So it was just chatting in the car, like, just normal, nothing, anything. I wasn't even trying to impress this girl. I mean, she was a great looking girl, everything, but I wasn't trying to impress her. I was just.
I know it is. I know it is.
Yeah.
I don't think she's that pretty, but it's different taste.
All right, yeah. But whatever.
Well, I don't think she is. But you don't think girls I find attractive are attractive?
No, I'm very funny with my girls, aren't I?
Yeah. You like them like Michael Jackson.
So so we drove back to our house, and I pulled up, and I said, right, I'll see you later then. So she goes, do you want to come in? And until this point, I'd, like, not even thought anything. And I was like, and I don't even think I had at this point, like, you know, when I was just sort of, I wasn't really, like, I was just whatever, you know what I mean? And so I was like, yeah, sure, we'll go inside, that's fine. So I shut the car door, went in, she just held my hand and just took me straight upstairs, straight into a bedroom, and she just took her clothes off. And I was like, I feel bad, this is too easy.
Yeah. And that's a similar thing though. So I think what I felt with that thing of the chase, like, I knew I was going to sleep with that girl, and she knew it, I knew it. There was no thrill. There was no like, is it going to happen, is it not going to happen? I think that's part of it as well. So
we went upstairs, and things happen. And whilst in the motion, I was going to say that. That's weird, because I've never said that before, I don't think, in my life.
Sims pun.
No, that's woohoo.
Oh, woohoo, isn't it? Yeah. Go on.
So
he was in the motion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Quite literally.
Yeah.
And a door opens.
Okay.
With about 8 to 10 people there. Boys, girls.
Okay.
Everything. Not little boys.
Come in.
A choir of small children were just there. So yeah, they sort of just opened the door, and I was like, all right, completely naked. And so she jumped. I can't. This bit's a bit like thingy for me. I know she got out of bed and went to she had like an ensuite, and she went in there for a little bit, and then I was just sort of like naked. And I was like, said to this dude, I was like, just chuck us a t-shirt or something. Like, so he chucked me up around, put the covers around me, and he was. And then there was just people there, and they were coming for one of them big decorating tables. You know what you do the wallpaper on?
Yeah.
Because they were playing beer pong.
Right.
That was in her room. So so they came, they got that, they left, and then she left with him, and I was like,
okay, that's weird.
This is strange. I'm just
that's really
sat
weird
by myself.
Yeah.
Naked with like a half-on t-shirt.
Yeah.
Just in a bed.
I've been in similar scenarios. It's really, really awkward.
But the time got really awkward. It got quite long.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was like, what do I do? So I put my pants and everything on.
Yeah.
And then the door opened again.
Yeah.
I was like, fucking hell, it's like, what saloon door is
Who's
this?
going to come in next?
Yeah, it was like Noel's house party. So, ding dong.
Behind door number 1.
Exactly. So they come in and no, a girl comes in.
Okay.
Really attractive girl. She, you don't even know who I'm talking
No,
about. now.
I'm laughing at. I've had my starter. Right, where's the main course?
It would look
next
quite
course,
like that.
please.
It would look quite like that.
Who's going through the sex door next?
Yeah. So I've had the men, I've had the children's choir. So so this I know, like, stunning girl comes in. I was like, hello, and she was like, hey, yeah, I've got something to tell you. So I was like, all right, can you stop talking like a duck?
Got something to.
Something to tell you.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, like,
What?
what's up? What up?
Mhm.
So she said, oh, what should we call this girl? The original girl.
The original girl.
Lemony Snicket.
Okay.
So this Lemony Snicket.
Was it a series of unfortunate events that happened that night?
It was.
Okay. So why did Lemony Snicket have gone?
So
So Snicket.
yeah, I've got something to tell you.
Yeah.
Lemony Snicket is a lesbian and has been with her Lemony Snicket's girlfriend for about, I think it was 4 years.
Okay.
She's not slept with a man in six years or something like that. So I was like, it's a new one to me.
Yeah.
Kind of quite like it, but I don't know what to do with that information quite yet.
Mhm.
So so I was like, yeah, okay, cool. I'll
go.
get going. And she was like, oh no, just come down and party. I thought, a bit awkward, but
Yeah.
anyway. So then Lemony Snicket comes in.
Oh god.
Who's the second girl called?
I don't know. Some other children's author, J.K. Rowling, maybe.
No.
I don't know. Who do you want? Darren Shan.
Who did
Jacqueline Wilson.
Who did the green eggs?
Dr.
Zeus comes in.
Zeus.
Dr. Zeus comes in, and no, Dr. Zeus has left.
Yeah, Lemony Snicket's come back.
Yeah, Dr. Zeus was there left. And I was like, right, cool. I don't think I'm
Lemony
gonna come
Snicket's back.
So Lemony Snicket's back. I'm fully dressed or whatever. And I went and gave her a hug, and I was like, that's cool.
You're
You know what I
lesbian.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
don't worry about it. So she was like, oh, I feel real bad. And I was like, you've got nothing to feel bad about. You know what I mean? Like,
Don't feel bad to me. Feel bad to your girlfriend.
yeah. There's another story in there.
Oh,
Stuff that happened with that later on. But yeah, so I was just like, that's cool. That's fine. And then
You left.
no, I actually went downstairs for a bit to the party.
Okay.
Sat awkwardly on a seat, and I was like, I'm leaving.
Oh, there's not worse.
Yeah,
There's
because
nothing
normally
worse.
I'm fine in like a
Yeah.
social environment. Of course I am. Like, that's what I am.
Yeah.
You know.
But
what
they'd
I mean?
all just seen you
But
naked.
They had all just seen me naked, which I don't think had passed
Yeah.
my like brain at that moment. But I was just kind of like, I don't know, like, this is a bit strange.
It is
I'm
an odd,
processing
yeah.
this information. I'm out.
Yeah. Yeah, cool. That's a good one. That's a good one. I like that story. That's a good story.
That's good. So I've got tons of stories like that.
Well, I'm just so like, I don't know.
Unfortunately,
Save
I'm not
for another time.
necessarily proud of them.
No.
But they all form who we are today. All
They
of
do.
these experiences,
They do.
mistakes, transgressions, sexual peccadillos.
Well, it's like you said about the lesbian thing. Like you said, you was like, all right, I'm alright with that.
Mm.
See,
I've had a lot of experiences in life, sexually and otherwise.
it's
great.
lesbians don't really do it for me. Do for a lot of guys.
No,
That's another thing
it
that never
wasn't
done
like
for me.
they were lapping
no.
each other out
Yeah.
in front of me.
Oh, yeah,
And I didn't know at the time.
yeah.
I didn't know
I'm
anything
not saying
at
that,
the
but,
time.
but it's kind of like that's another thing. A lot of guys seem to like that. I do. It's really weird. I'm a really strange person with stuff like that.
Hmm.
I don't like one night stands. I don't think I'd ever want a threesome. No, I would never want a threesome. I'd never want like any kind of lesbian action going on with me. And it's just really odd. It's just really strange.
I won't confirm or deny whether that's happened with me.
I know. Alright, no.